performance improvement plans, what are they and how do you use them? Well, a performance improvement plan is, as you've probably guessed it, what you would use if you have an underperforming employee. So it sets out very clear expectations in terms of what's expected within the role and where they are falling short. You put in place very clear timescales, so that lets the employee know that you're taking this very seriously and they have a fixed amount of time to be able to demonstrate that they can do the job as required, or formal steps will be taken. Those formal steps could be a formal warning, or it could be that they end up being dismissed altogether. That's another reason why it's really important that you put a PIP in place, performance improvement plan, because if you do end up moving to dismissal and that is challenged in any way by the employee at a tribunal or through a grievance process, then the fact that you've put in place a PIP very clearly demonstrates that you have worked with the individual to try and improve their performance. You've given them a chance to improve. So that's why PIPs are a really great tool to use when it comes to underperforming staff. So what goes into a PIP? Firstly, you need to keep it nice and clear and simple. So a one-pager is great. You need to set out what the areas of improvement are. And for each of those areas, you need to put a metric against them in terms of what the improvement needs to be. What do they need to show that they can do? So for example, if the role is an IT help desk role, and the issue is that they're not closing off enough tickets quickly enough. So the metric could be the average number of tickets that are generally closed off by a highly performing individual is 10 tickets. So that's what you need to be seeing, 10 tickets successfully closed in a day. It's really important that you put a metric beside each area for improvement, because then there can be no arguing as to whether they have achieved that improvement or not. You put a date for the improvement, when you expect this to be improved by, and what support you are going to offer. So it could be that you've got Terry on the help desk who's been with the business for a long time. Terry's really experienced and great at servicing tickets, and he does that in an efficient way. So you're going to buddy them up together so that John can learn from Terry. And that shows that you are really giving all of the support that you can to this individual to help them to improve. So you set all of that out in a very simple action plan. You get the individual's agreement, so send it to them in an email afterwards once you've sat down and agreed exactly what those areas for improvement, the metrics and the milestones are going to be. Send that on an email so you've got a paper trail, and agree what the follow-up date is going to be. I would advise that you make the period for improvement no less than 4 weeks, because that shows that you have put in place a very realistic amount of time for the improvement to be made. Throughout a PIP, I would meet with the individual weekly so that you are really keeping close to them, and keeping close to whether the improvement is being made or not. And then that again shows real close support and guidance for them. Hopefully that's all clear. If you need any support at all when it comes to performance improvement, grievances, anything HR and people and employment law related, then at the HR Consultants we offer a completely free HR advice call for employers. It's all part of our commitment to HR without the blah blah blah, and you can book that via our website.